Tea leaves pattern her cotton blouse. Dusk sipped its soda from a pink striped straw while she watches his words drop one by one like silly lemon drops into her lap. He never seems to notice how the honeysuckle are bending down to take their last warm rays into her mouth. No, he is talking, and their soft lips are silver before he pauses to roll a cigarette. June beetles wander off in their pinstriped suits like her many cropped off sentences, but still, she finishes slowly within herself. And she tries to speak. When the moon drops down its china sharp edge like a pendulum above his head, she tries to exclaim when the pomegranate split of his head resounds, the blade touching up 1,000 glistening seeds through darkness. But a night wren scuffles in the sky. She picks up the tool when it is done. She wipes it clean. She walks away, wrapping it in her apron.
My name is Sylvester. I'm a fish, a speculative. I'm not sure what gender I am, but I got some curves and thin lips. When I swim aroused, I'm like an arrow darting through narrow passageways, sometimes into another dimension, beyond left or right or long, up or down. I have a gown of scales stuck on me, skin tight. If I had skin, but I don't. I'm a fish. Right now I'm on a flat surface, with one eye looking at you. I want to flap my tail and swim screaming into your nightmares, taking on a whole new persona, spitballing my eggs all over your safe perceptions. I'm Sylvester, part of that, much more, deep down below.
A short film for my Missouri students, alive and those who have crossed the river Styx. Fade in. Orem helms the trolling motor of a 16-foot John boat. Sketchbook in his lap, he's got a pocket full of charcoal sticks. Ednick stands in the bow. In the center, Will is snagging spoonbill off the starboard side. They drink Old Crow, Natty Light, and smoke an endless tube. They wear flannel, denim, and George Jones boots willed to them by Petey, whose ashes rest between Will and Ednick. They are moving downstream on the Missouri River to Louisiana, where they will spread Petey's ashes. Will turns to Orem. Damn it, Orem, we're heading through Illinois. Steer straight. Ednick. Petey was never straight. Will chants booze and benzos, benzos and booze. One of them you're fine, both of them you're through. Ednick says, oh, Petey ghosted himself. Orem, get woke, Ednick. Ghosts prefer to be called eternal Americans. Well, how can they be woke if they're dead? There's Petey. Will points to the urn at his own wake. Ednick raises his bottle to our favorite eternal American, to Petey. They drink. Ednick pours whiskey into Petey's urn. Orem, damn it, Ednick, you redneck, you're turning Petey into mud. Well, they call it the Big Muddy, don't they? That's the Missouri River, you Hoosier. Well, we're in Missouri, aren't we? Yes, we're on the Mississippi, but we're going to Louisiana. Yes, Louisiana, Missouri. Ednick, well, it's kind of hard to keep this all straight, right, Orem? sets the rod down. Residuals of light bend and swirl on the river like the lines in this portrait of the movie camera that filmed this very scene. Will picks up his guitar and begins to strum. In a steady drawl, he says, "If you ask me if I kiss her, if I forgive, if I miss her, I'll sail on the river where nothing really matters but flowing down the street. If I'm blind from spoiled liquor and white lightning spoils my liver, I'll get sober on the river and figure out what matters by flowing down the street. If the doc says I am weaker, getting paler, getting sicker, I'll find health on the river. My body will be better by flowing down the street. When I am caught in death's shiver, don't waste sorrow, just remember, I'm eternal on the river. My soul is free from matter and flowing in a dream. My soul is flowing down a dream. The boat has been straight during Will's song. He taps Orem on the shoulder. Nice, Orem, you learned how to steer. Orem is jostled awake. Wait, what? I just had the strangest dream. Ednick laughs. That's Orem, only straight in his dreams. The boat zigs and then zags. Will says, oh, go back to sleep, Orem. We'll wake you in Louisiana. Ednick says, as the screen goes dark, on the Mississippi, Petey's hometown, Louisiana, Missouri.
I want to hear everything you have to say. Tell me the first story you read, the origins of the last lines. I want to watch the way your eyes move, in harmony with your mouth. I want to hear the timbre of your voice, separate from the forest. You alone have something to say, and that I want to hear. When I say that, I'm speaking for the world. You have seen so much, and that's why I trust what you have to say. I can tell by looking at your lifeline that you hold stories, that you have taken more paths than an airplane. Everything you say has landed with me, and oh, the places you've been. You say your voice doesn't carry, but I've seen how you tell people, with your words telling them what they need to hear. And so I'm telling the same to you now, too. Your voice has never forgotten what it's come here to say. Even when you have that dream, the one where you step onto center stage and don't know the lines, somehow you still bring down the house. Somehow you do it even with your eyes closed. I've never known someone so open to letting their character speak for itself. The script you were given at birth never sat right with all you've ever stood for. I want you to speak out, like the bully from 7th grade and your mother-in-law are standing in front of you at the same time with their ears only on you. I want you to break the pieces at your jaw by shattering the conference call with the hard-hitting truths. I want your words to become taglines on shopping bags, but the reusable kind, because what you have to say is worth repeating again and again. Let it start from low in your belly, let it grow more golden in the treasure of your chest. Let it out into the microphone of your mouth. This is your permission. You don't need it, but it's here in case you need an alibi when you go stealing all those spotlights. I'll be the first one here to make your veil and tell anyone who will listen. Say it ain't so, just let them go. I can promise you they've told you everything there is to tell.
As the evening sun sets on my backyard fence, sounds of the neighbors spill into my yard. They rise and fall like a crescendo of cicadas. Tunes from Woodstock spill into my yard too. I feel it. Can't help rocking. Waiting for vegan hot dogs, Lance and Vance. Lance and Vance. tablet that sings like a pinball machine. Daisy reads her herb garden, tells the boys to settle down or they're going to fall into compost. Casey echoes hers, waters his potted plants pot. When Daisy brings us rosemary, she greets us with a double smile, one on her face, the other on her t-shirt. When she leaves, she hands us a peace sign. When Casey slides under their 65 red Chevy, the boys lend a hand. I can hear the wrench drop on the cement with a ding. Tomorrow, Casey will counsel kids who find answers in pharma, family and street life, their voices and gunshots. You can't ignore 4 stars across his forehead. He says it reminded him to think about changing his country. Daisy teaches meditation at the rec center on Saturdays. Teaches equality to the boys with different folks come by. I'm on my patio chaise reading a book by Karol that Casey gave me after we talked about the benefits of peyote. I'm wearing a t-shirt to Daisy, tie-dye in the basement, and sipping tea from greens plucked from her herb garden. They don't know that I marched for civil rights in '65, for an end to the war in '69. They don't know that I lost hope for a while before Nixon resigned. Some whisper about weirdos on the block. No one borrows their cup of sugar, thumbs on a shovel, as if they're troubled. Some say they're just phony cliches, but I say they bend over backwards to preserve what's left of yesterday's good vibes and find hope for tomorrow and nurture good vibes for better days.
You know, many times in my life, I have packed up my dreams and driven for days in one direction or another towards numerous destinations with various companions under miscellaneous circumstances. It always seems like you need a reason for a road trip. Childhood, it was family tradition. Every August, station wagon, 8-man tent, state parks, tours, various. My father, my mother, proudly feeding their young with the education and travel. Pride of this expansive land. Their parents and grandparents journeyed hard to plant them in it. And now they drag us across it. We kids rolling from tedium to glee. Compelled to participate while longing for some freedom of our own. Later, adulthood, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, we made our own plans. Go here, go there, do this, do that. With every place is needing to be seen. Had the routine down, but encountered new delights. Fresh settings where I met another version of myself. Unexpectedly elated to be climbing up old rocks or mimicking the prairie dogs as the sun sets on the desert. Experiencing the swagger of my own turn as a driver, grabbing gas station snacks and blasting going elsewhere. Or waking from a hypnotic nap to find we've finally reached the ocean. You have to live in a vast country where driving major distances results in only minor distinctions. Not a different language or currency or culture, but unfamiliar accents in your own words. It makes me hear yourself again. Tweaks of everyday behavior causing you to
marquee, tourist shops crammed into the narrow streets of the old city. But by the time we stopped for coffee at the far end of a wide, noisy cobblestone square, I was spent. Then, suddenly, the server, something unforgiving in her pulled-back hair, something militant in the pure white trim of her pink Cape waitress dress, as the sun glared its indifference off of butter knives and coffee spoons, and I knew I had to order soon, but I didn't know what or how to ask. And then someone said something about the bombed-out church, but I thought of transport ships and forced labor and death. But then, see how nice the waitress is. Helpful, too. And the cake. Well, I didn't know Lubeck is the birthplace of marzipan. And it hit me again. And even Verde. The world is full of coffee cups and cafes and chairs, and everything depends on how you sit and what you carry home. Going life in the sand. Moving walls along the railroad. Feet on the ground.
Artificial intelligence. Think about it. He's wondering if we truly be in the franchise and we never gone into the franchise in the first place. And everybody, 40 acres in a mule, no new taxes. Personal private enterprise, don't work it like this. You should be selling tin hats. Hats for sale! Get your hats! Tin hats! You got a great voice. You know, no words. No words are suffering babies. Baby! Right twice a day. Little coins in his case. People like that. Sound very quick. Number one. Carl Sandburg said, "Here is the revolver. It has a language all its own. It delivers unmistakable ultimatums. It is the last word. A simple human forefinger can trigger its terrible story. Hunger, fear, robbery, hide behind it. It is the claw of the jungle made quick and powerful. It is the club of the savage turned into magnificent precision. It is more rapid than any one judge or court of law. It is less subtle and more treacherous than any 1 or 10 lawyers. When it is spoken, the case cannot be appealed. And nothing in human history is more surprising than the old belief that God is always on the side of those with the most resolve.
2 a.m. at the Adrienne Club, and it's time to go home. I'm telling Eric it's time to leave. He knits together his Ashkenazi eyebrows and says, "Till the end of the night, Nadeau. We're staying till the end of the night." Empty cans invade the tabletop, these tipsy battalions of PBRs. Nate is telling the story about how he almost fought a dad at the Renaissance Festival over which knight really won the joust. The first time I unabashedly laugh after a season of nothing worth smiling over, I notice how it hurts, how the neglected muscles of my diaphragm awaken to the pain of it. Kevin is describing his new video game controller with such phallic adjectives that we all start saying "your dick" afterwards, and I'm bugging him to tell me how big it is. Okay, skipping the taco run was a mistake. My stomach is a waterlogged boat, but we are ordering more drinks and the world is starting to fracture. The waitress isn't coming to our table, so I scream, "I want water," which works because Eric gets up and gets me water, and oh my God, screaming things in bars is the best thing I've ever discovered. So I start screaming more things that I want. I want to belong. I want to be seen. I want nachos. There's so many things that I want. It hurts to want so much. It hurts how much I want this moment with Gal and Fiona smiling at each other across the table like two people who have been friends longer than they've been anything else. The music blurs. Eric is looking at me and I lose everything but the table. His face breaks out into the smile that only his favorite people see. My face mixes with the condensation dripping down my drink. I want to soak it up with paper towels and then go reapply in the bathroom. No one has brought me nachos. I'm so hungry. It's been a long time since I've craved the taste of anything. You guys, I want nachos. I want to devour this moment and digest it slowly. I want to be happy for longer than right now. The waitress is kicking us out. It's long past last call. We are all inside jokes and outside voices. I want to forget what sadness feels like. I want to stop hating myself. I don't want a cigar, but the guys are lighting one up, and friendship tastes like tobacco and saliva because none of the boys knows how to smoke a goddamn cigar. But me, I'm chomping down, curling my fingers around the golden band, pulling in the rough smoke, pulling Eric's keys out of his hands. It's time to go home. Adrienne, this kind of night, you gotta stick around to the end. And I'm telling you, it's just not over yet.
Hey, then I want to say thank you so much. Ensemble,
I have a couple of suggestions.
By art, yes.
should set a precedent of applauding after
Oh,
each
gee,
person.
really?
Because what will happen is that if you start out, you're not doing it, everybody may want to, but it's
Well, if you
so
guys want to do it, go for it.
I would say that we start the applause,
Okay.
us, and another thing is,
What? All right, so that you have two.
and